Hi, my lovelies. So I think it's like Mental Health Awareness Day, right? So I'm gonna make this video. So I am diagnosed with PTSD. So I thought for a video I would bring awareness to PTSD. Yeah. So I looked some stuff up. Yeah, I know, regular me. But I'm also gonna talk about my experience with it. Yeah, okay. So you're wondering probably what PTSD stands for. So it's post-traumatic stress disorder. So people with this disorder usually have severe anxiety, flashbacks, uncontrollable thoughts, or nightmares. Those are like the most common symptoms. God. And it is a serious mental health condition. I've also decided to do this video because a lot of people, I'll tell them and they're like, well, you didn't fight in the war. You can get it from any traumatic experience that you've gone through. It doesn't matter what it was, but if it was traumatic to you, you can get PTSD from it. So like you go in a car crash and it's really bad, you can have PTSD from the car crash. Or you get abused or any of that, you can have PTSD from it. So some less common symptoms is actually that they get a lot of confusion on that I really struggled with was depression and like that depression and anxiety. So I just really got diagnosed a lot with having depression disorder and not anxiety. Okay, my dog wanted in the room, so I had to let her in, otherwise she'd freak out. So there is no cure. Just like a lot of other mental health, there is no cure for PTSD yet. But you can go to therapy and do all these things to hopefully get you to a point where you function normally. So that's kind of okay, you know? Cool, yeah. It does have severe effects on your hippocampus. I can't say it, but you know. And it will cause problems with transferring short-term to long-term memory. So, you know me, I have really bad problems with memory. Like, I barely remember any of my childhood at all, which is probably really sad to hear, but it's very freaking true. Oh, my dog's trying to get up. Alright, come on. Get on my lap. Alright, so she went on the bed. So when I looked it up, there was also this website that I looked at called psychcentral.com. So this is where I'm getting this information from, this specific part. So it says there is 5 types of PTSD: normal stress response, acute stress disorder, uncomplicated PTSD, comorbid PTSD, and complex PTSD. Some of these I didn't really understand what they were saying and information on. But for normal stress response, it's like a single discrete traumatic event in adulthood, important, that can achieve a complete recovery in a few weeks. So that's like the least bad, that's chilling. And then there was, I'm turning the paper. Uncomplicated PTSD. Where it's like a repeating of a traumatic event is basically what I got from that one. And then complex PTSD is the one where I kind of got the most information on. It's when you've been exposed to a prolonged traumatic circumstance, like during childhood, maybe like sexual abuse or something. And they often get diagnosed as with borderline or antisocial personality disorder or dissociative disorders. And for PTSD, there's more than 3 million US cases per year. So, you know what? We should be talking about it more as this serious topic instead of, oh, only people who fight in the war can have it. Okay, I'm trying to find my good lighting. Also, I'm at my grandma's house in the guest bedroom. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of go into my PTSD and my personal experiences with it. So, I've had PTSD since a very, very young age, and I experienced traumatic events as a young child. So, I struggled with it most of my life and still very much do. And I do disassociate quite a lot, where it will feel like nothing's real, or, I'll get really, really depressed, and I'll have these thoughts that are kind of like uncontrollable, and I'll have horrible, horrible nightmares and night terrors where I'll wake up like I swear someone's there, like watching me. I swear it. I will wake up and I'll be like completely paralyzed and I'll see stuff that isn't even there. And I'll wake up having like completely horrible panic attacks, screaming, crying, shaking. Like my parents will have to come down and like, it's okay, It's just bad. And I'll get like hives from stress, which is like a more recent thing that I struggled with a lot last year. And this can be a triggering topic, so be aware of that. I did struggle with self-harm problems. For like when I was in middle school, when I was a younger kid, I really struggled with it. I don't know, I guess I wasn't going to therapy then. And then once I started going to therapy, I started recovering, and now I'm not struggling as much with the depression part, but I do get depressive episodes where I'm really just sad. But it's mostly anxiety, and I get really paranoid and panicky alone, or like at school, or like it's just weird. And let's see, I'm trying to think of like more things I can talk about it, but I don't know. I guess like as a little kid I had the nightmares too, and I'd be like, there's this girl and she's coming for me and she wants to kill me, and I'd go into my big sister's room. Shout out to her, I love her. And she'd let me sleep on her floor, sleep in the bed with her, and just, it was great. And I also don't really remember much of my childhood, so that's the thing about my PTSD is I have really bad memory. Like, I don't remember anything from my childhood, and my older sister also has PTSD, but she does remember what happened, and I don't remember at all, so I don't know what happened really. Just take people's word for whatever happened, because I don't remember. And a lot of times I'll just disassociate and not remember a thing. So my sister does disassociate too, which we talked about, which is really nice. Like, if it's something your family goes through, and you and your sisters all, or family members all have the same, thing, PTSD, it's nice to like be able to talk about it. So like if you are watching this and you have PTSD, talk to me about it, Maybe we can relate on something that you kind of feel like a freak for. I also have really bad social anxiety. I think maybe from the PTSD, I don't know. But I can't sing in front of people, I can't talk in front of people, things like that. Like, it's hard for me. So, like, I don't know. This is my mental health awareness video on PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah. So, not a professional. Personal opinion. Don't forget that. And like, comment, and subscribe.